Amidst escalating covert operations and battlefield attrition, Russian President Vladimir Putin delivered a major address today, framing the conflict not merely as a regional dispute over Ukraine, but as an existential clash of civilizations driven by irreconcilable values. Speaking from the historic Constantinople Palace near St. Petersburg, Putin articulated a vision of fundamental divergence between Russia and the West, providing ideological scaffolding for the Kremlin's dirty war tactics while dismissing prospect for near-term diplomacy. Civilizational sovereignty versus Western universalism. Putin's core argument centered on sovereignty, not of states, but of civilization. The West insists on a single model for all humanity, he declared, pacing before a map depicting NATO's eastward expansion since 1997. They demand every nation submit to their rules, their social experiment, their moral decay disguised as progress. Russia's represents a distinct civilization with its own ancient traditions, spiritual foundations, and understanding of human dignity. He cited specific examples, family structures, condemning Western legal recognition of LGBTQ rights as forceful cultural colonizations, contrasting it with Russia's constitutional definition of marriage as heterosexual. Religious identity, framing Russia's alliance with the Russian Orthodox Church as a bulwark against aggressive secularism, eroding Europe's Christian heritage. Historical memory, accusing Western elites of demolishing monuments, renaming streets, and rewriting history, while Russia honors its past heroes and sacrifices. NATO expansion as betrayal. Putin dedicated significant time to NATO, presenting it as the military instrument of Western hegemony. Promises were made after the Soviet collapse that NATO would not move 1 inch eastward, he stated, displaying declassified diplomatic cables from 1990-91. What followed was not just expansion but encirclement. He detailed key moments. 1999, inclusion of Poland, Czech Republic, Hungary. 2004, Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Bulgaria, Romania. 2008, NATO Bucharest summit declaring Ukraine and Georgia will become members. This trajectory, Putin asserted, proved the West viewed Russia not as a partner but as a defeated adversary to be contained indefinitely. Our security concerns were deliberately ignored. The Ukraine catalyst. The Russian leader framed the Ukraine conflict as the inevitable result of Western overreach. Ukraine is not merely a neighbor, he emphasized. It is the cradle of Russian statehood, inextricably linked to us by faith, blood, and culture. The West's orchestration of the 2014 Maidan coup aimed to sever these bonds and transform Ukraine into an anti-Russian bastion. He accused Western intelligence agencies of direct involvement in training Ukrainian ultra-nationalist battalions and installing puppet regimes, specifically naming figures associated with post-Maidan governments. Rejections of liberal democracy. Putin launched his most scathing critic against Western political models. Look at what liberal democracy has delivered. Collapsing social cohesion, uncontrolled migration eroding national identities, elites detached from their people, and a culture celebrating perversions over virtue. He contrasted this with Russia's sovereign democracy, stability, citing Russia's resistance to color revolutions fomented by Western NGOs, traditional values, highlighting laws restricting LGBTQ's propaganda and promoting birth rates, multipolar world order, advocating for a UN-centric system where non-Western civilization, China, India, Islamic world hold equal sway. Response from Western leaders. Secretary of State Marco Rubio responded within hours. President Putin's speech is a revisionist manifesto attempting to justify imperial aggression. Russia's action in Ukraine, bombing maternity hospitals, abducting children, exposed the hollowness of his civilizational rhetoric. The West defends rules, sovereignty, and human dignity. He offers only tyranny and violence. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz echoed this. Putin invokes tradition while violating every norm of international law. His multipolar world is a euphemism for authoritarian sphere of influence. Analysis, ideology as war justification. Putin's speech served multiple strategic purposes. Number one, domestic legitimacy. Cast the war as a patriotic defense of Russian identity against Western decadence. Number two, global audiences appeal to conservative anti-Western factions worldwide. Number three, negotiation. Precondition, establish ideological surrender, rejection of Western values as a non-negotiable demand, effectively dooming near-term diplomacy. Number four, moral equivalence, attempts to reframe sanctions and arms deliveries to Ukraine as Western aggression. As Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov summarized to state media, this isn't about territory alone. It's about whether humanity will be forced into a single, soulless template or allowed to develop according to its diverse historical and cultural path. The Kremlin's message is unequivocal. The charms between Russia and the West is unbridgeable, making protracted conflict inevitable. Many of my listeners, like 70%, have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and so many of you don't even know that you have subscribed. And that is actually what makes the show going. It's almost like you're making a donation to the show. So that's why I ask again and again, because it enables us to grow and grow and grow. And we're going for the long haul here. And listen, if this is your first time listening to Sokhain Rich, you don't have to subscribe. You guys, your first one's on me. But if you have watched the show before, it's like you are a freeloader now. So all I would ask you is, if you have seen this show before and you like it, help me, help my team here. Hit that subscribe and like button now, and we will continue to build this show for you. That I swear. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. That's all for me for today. I will see you soon. Bye for now.